Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Just hearing the numbers 9/11 evoke memories, especially for our first line of defense. Also tonight, the flags at American Memorial Park are more than just fabric blowing in the wind. And a case of child neglect in Superior Court. In sports, good sports return through the double doors of Saipan International. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month so you can experience our fast, reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition. Gold sauce.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You are watching the Channel 2 News on September 12th from our studio high up on Capitol Hill. Where were you during the events of 9/11? Local officers continue to answer the nation's call to keep the traveling public safe. Sikora Halstead, she reports.
On September 11, 2001, 19 terrorists hijacked 4 U.S. airliners. 2 were crashed into the New York World Trade Center, 1 hit the Pentagon, and the 4th crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers and flight crew fought back. Nearly 3,000 people were killed. On November 19, 2001, the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, was established when President George W. Bush signed the Aviation and Transportation Security Act into law. 24 years later, the events of 9/11 still remain in the minds of our people. Yesterday morning, TSA staff members held a moment of silence in remembrance of the fateful day. TSA Assistant Federal Security Director Gary Myers recalls that day.
I think everybody can remember where they were the moment they found out that 9/11 was happening. And for me, myself, I was actually stationed overseas. I was in the Middle East at that time. And I didn't think it was real when I saw the planes flying. I thought, there's just no way this is real. But then we started getting the intel reports and we were there. So we just started doing our preparation for what we thought was going to happen next.
Local officers working at the checkpoint also think back to where they were and how the news of 9/11 affected them.
But I was working for the CNMI Customs, so I was here at this airport when it happened. So that's how I learned about, the attacks on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon. So that was something like of a shock to me. But, days after that, airport were shut down for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most.
I was actually in kindergarten in Hawaii, so I didn't really understand the gravity of what happened, only from what my siblings kind of talked about that day.
I was a second grader at Cagman Elementary.
When it happened the day of, did you know like what was going on, or how did they announce it?
Honestly, no. I guess as kids, our teachers just told us to meet outside where the buses line up, and we all just sat on the curb and had a moment of silence. They lowered the flag. We didn't know what any of it meant, but it had to be of, big importance, right?
I believe I was in high school at the time, and I wasn't too sure of what's going on, but I know something was going on, but not too sure.
24 years ago, I think I was around 8 or 9. So I remember that day. I was at school, and when the 9/11 happened, they gathered us all in the cafeteria, and then we were sent home.
During 9/11, I was actually in Honolulu. I was going to college, and I can remember that morning I was going through the channels, and I got into the news, and that's when I saw the Twin Towers, that was going on that news, and I was getting ready to go to school or to my class, and I was already in the Army at that time, and the first thought was, we're gonna get into some kind of conflict from that action. But from there, I guess that was that morning. That was my morning during 9/11.
TSA stemming from the shocking day over 2 decades ago carries significance with our team in the Marianas.
I mean, that's the why we're here, right? So it just makes your job more meaningful, I guess, and that you want to protect the people that travel.
Working here just makes the job more meaningful. I mean, we're here to make sure everyone gets on that plane safe and get to their destination safely. And yeah, it just gives us purpose every day.
I mean, after learning about 9/11, and the events or what happened and the events that took place, our job, I believe, is very important, especially in securing the aviation. And I take pride in my job. I want to make sure that when people travel, they're safe. They feel safe, and not to repeat the same events that happened during the 9/11.
The significance for 9/11 to me is remembering the dark day 24 years ago for the U.S., and then building on that with resilience and unity as a community, and ensuring, the security for all of us that travel.
I don't know, it means a lot. It feels like I'm still contributing to my time in service through working here in TSA, kind of helping protect our traveling public. And being an instructor, that's one of my goals, to kind of portray that mindset with the officers. And I feel that they have a mission, to protect our traveling public. Yeah.
I think the nation answered the call. I mean, like, you saw so many American flags. People really came together to support each other no matter whatever the situation was. A lot of people joined the military. We know that in the CNMI and Guam that we have the highest serving per capita in the military in the whole nation. So that's pretty phenomenal, right? And I think a lot of people answered that call as well. And whether they were military, first responders, could be nurses, could be firefighters, EMTs, anything like that. I think that was a huge outpouring that everybody was like, let me do whatever I can to help.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. At American Memorial Park, a field of heroes, we will never forget anniversary of 9/11. A sea of American flags. The 13 red and white stripes represent the original 13 colonies, while the 50 stars each symbolize one of our now United States. The color red is the symbol of valor and the blood shed by those who protect our country. The color white stands for purity of spirit, and the color blue represents the principles of vigilance and justice. In a time where our United States are seemingly not united, and the aisle separating political red from blue is like a battlefield, 9/11 remains a day where we are all united. On 9/11, we are united in the recognition of American heroism. On 9/11, we are united in celebrating the bravery and valor exhibited by first responders on that day and on every day of their noble service. On 9/11, we are united in the compassion we feel for innocent victims of heinous violence. And on 9/11, we are united in the hope for a more humane and unified world. In Judge Joseph Camacho's courtroom yesterday, a case of alleged child neglect. Tanya Gasses, 38 years old, was taken into custody on September the 9th after a security guard reported a crying child left alone in a vehicle in the parking lot of Saipan, Vegas, in Chalan Lao. Police responded to find Ms. Gasses comforting her child. According to police, Ms. Gasses claimed that she was homeless and was using her last $10 to try to make some money to feed her 2-year-old child. She claims to have left her child asleep on the front seat with the car running and the air conditioning on. She claims to have been in the casino for only 10 minutes. The security guard told police that she was in Saipan, Vegas for 30 minutes and that another guard had seen her at Club 88 in Garapan several days earlier with her child also in her car, unattended. Ms. Gasses was charged with 1 count of child neglect, with the child being placed with the Department of Youth Services. Bail was set for $10,000 and Ms. Gasses remanded into custody. Arraignment is set for September 22. A case of alleged child abuse leads to an arrest and a $10,000 bail. Mahabubar Rahman is accused of violence against his 4-year-old son. According to police, the child's mother reports being told by her son that he was playing with his father's phone at their home in Kobler, and when he didn't want to give it back, he claims that his father punched him in the mouth and pushed him to the ground. According to the mother, her child was bleeding from the mouth and had a bruise on his chest. The police say that Mr. Rahman claims that he did push his son and that contact with the ground caused the injuries. Mr. Rahman is being charged with assault and battery and child abuse. Bail has been set at $10,000. Arraignment is set for September 22nd. Coming up, Kimberlyn King-Hinds speaks to the budget concerns facing the CNMI legislature. And an update on the Toyota kerfuffle. It's more complicated than you know. Stay tuned. Next.
Trust between service provider and customer is important because it forms the foundation for a long-term positive relationship. Trust influences everything from customer satisfaction to loyalty to community relationships.
Customers provide feedback on the services they receive from us, and their experience is our success.
I recommend Docomo Pacific to a lot of people, especially if you game. If you're like me, who live basically around the internet, they really, Docomo does really care for those who are their customers.
Honestly, from where I work at, I'm a customer service, and customer service is big for me, and they meet our expectations.
One of the positives of being a Docomo customer is the service. For us as a restaurant, we focus a lot on customer service, and it's nice to see, Docomo doing the same thing.
It's clear that they've been working to deliver more value for local businesses like ours. When their internet works consistently, it fades into the background, and that's how it should be.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever you're... Rum bum 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 rum bum 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 bum.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Let's go.
Welcome back. You are watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News. An update on the viral Toyota Tacoma crash video. Did you know that it was connected to the criminal abduction of a resort tour operator? A viral video circulated last month showing a Toyota truck slamming into a bicycle and another vehicle. And another story circulated about the assault and kidnapping of a local tour operator. Criminal Investigations Commander Captain Jeff Olapai.
On August 25th, that call came in. The video went viral. Pretty sure everyone saw it. The black vehicle was operated by a victim that had just been kidnapped. So the victim was unable to make a phone call. So what the victim did was the victim used his vehicle to ram the vehicle of the suspects to stop them. But they didn't succeed because they still got away.
The suspected driver of the kidnapper's vehicle, still at large, has been identified as Ichin Bai. DPS Public Information Officer Fred Sato.
There are two individuals that have been arrested in relation to this incident, and that is Mr. Pete Guerrero and Mr. Huang. So pending the apprehension of Mr. Bai, we will provide further information.
The police are asking if you have information relating to this case, please contact DPS or call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272. Last week, outgoing packages were on hold at the post office. This week, mail service from the CNMI continues to flow.
After shipping disruptions following an executive order to suspend duty-free de minimis treatment for all countries that came into effect on August 29, postal service from the Marianas through the United States Postal Service, USPS, has resumed this week. On Tuesday, September 9, USPS Strategic Communications Specialist John Hyatt says, "We want to reassure our customers that mail and packages sent from Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands to the 50 United States will continue to be accepted, transported, and delivered." He continues on to say that they've partnered with a third party qualified by Customs and Border Protection to ensure duties are paid pursuant to the recent de minimis executive order. In a statement, Congresswoman Kimberlyn King-Hinds highlights the importance of reliable mail service in the Marianas. She says, "I will continue to monitor implementation and work with our federal partners to make sure service remains stable and that shipments from the CNMI are treated fairly under the law." Also on Tuesday, September 9th, the CNMI House of Representatives introduced House Joint Resolution 24-9, authored by BJ Attal.
formally introducing House Joint Resolution number 24-9 to respectfully urge the United States Department of Treasury, United States Customs and Border Protection, the United States Postal Service, and any other responsible federal agencies to immediately cease and desist the implementation of Executive Order 14324 and remit to the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands all revenues collected under Executive Order 14324, or in the alternative, to recognize the CNMI's authority to collect such revenues itself consistent with the covenant and applicable law in the event that such charges must be imposed.
Without any objection, the House Joint Resolution was placed on the calendar for action.
Child, your package is on its way. With the executive and legislative branches of government struggling to finalize a fiscal 2026 budget, Congressional Representative Kimberlyn King-Hinds is back in Washington, D.C.
These budget conversations are a direct result, there's a direct correlation between what's happening with our tourism industry and the amount of revenues or lack thereof being put into the general fund. I'm obviously very concerned with regards to what's happening in the public school system. The conversation right now is that their share of the pot does not meet their requirements. But, what I'm hoping is that these conversations that are ongoing right now as a result of the IGIA and the 902 talks, that we can find opportunities to bring in some relief to the CNMI. Now, obviously, I think that we're going to have to make hard decisions with regards to government operations because, any type of help is going to take some time. But I can assure everybody that everybody is working to find a way to address some of these challenges, whether it be the governor's office, the folks in the private industry, and here at the federal level to include the White House.
Oh, reminder, on Monday evening, September 15, a Freedom Walk honoring the fallen heroes of 9/11 will begin at 4:30 p.m. at the Carolinian Ut in Garapan, and it will end at the Field of Heroes in American Memorial Park. And coming up in sports, a CNMI football team returns to face the camera in everyone's favorite segment, Welcome to Saipan. Stay where you are.
Heat stroke is one of the leading causes of non-crash, vehicle-related fatalities among children. Vehicle heat stroke occurs when a child is left in a hot vehicle, allowing for the child's temperature to rise in a quick and deadly manner. In today's fast-paced world and with our busy schedules, we often tell ourselves that we would never leave our child in the back seat of the car, yet it can still happen. Take action if you notice a child alone in a car. Protecting children is everyone's business. Even in cooler temperatures, your vehicle can heat up to dangerous temperatures very quickly. Keep your vehicle locked and keep your keys out of reach. Make it a habit to look before you lock and avoid putting children at risk of heat stroke. Help us prevent hot car deaths in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands Department of Public Safety.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas, sports fans! This Welcome to Saipan segment is right here in the sports section of the news because there are so many good sports in it making history. Notice that Kiko is wearing an LA Angels baseball cap, not ironically. Enjoy. Kiko is heading to California for a business conference. His family has a long history of service to the community.
It's a funeral and cemetery business, so the conference is about cemetery information and all kind of vendors for that job. I've been following my family do it ever since I was young, so I just stayed with it and kept going.
These Palauan visitors have a long history of family living on Saipan.
Good morning, I'm Lay Senor from Palau. We're delegations from our state of the Republic of Palau. We're here to visit our family. We had a great time visiting Saipan, and we hope we'll come back soon. We enjoy the food, the fresh fish, and the hospitality.
Okay.
That's the best.
Adios, till next time. And it's only fitting that a history buff arrives on Saipan. Alex Mayville is in the military posted on Guam.
Vacation. I've heard a lot of good things about Saipan, especially from living on Guam. I'm a bit of a history buff, so I did kind of know about Saipan a little bit about the giant tank battle they had here back in World War II, which is a main draw, but I've also seen a lot about their beaches. And I've had a couple of my coworkers vacation here, and they recommended it. For both the beaches and the history side, so I was very much looking forward to coming here.
Also returning to Saipan, Ni Hao Ma, after having competed in China, the CNMI Youth 23 Football Club. Assistant coach Jerry Yobek.
Yeah, China was good. We played against some tough opponents, Australia, China being the two toughest in the group. For this age category, it's pretty much professional level, so it was a good experience overall. It was good. I think the standout performance was against China for sure. Maybe the scoreline is a little bit doesn't quite reflect how good they performed. Namely, the first half is quite impressive. I think there's a lot to take away from that performance. Yeah.
The team is comprised of 18 to 19-year-olds, with most of them having previous international experience. Eloises Angeles, defender.
Our time in China was really good. The boys played really well. They put their all into every single match. We were fighting for the flag, for the people back home. Everyone's supporting us. Opportunities like this, being able to fly out, play other countries, meet a lot of the different players, see the different kind of play styles.
Anything else you'd like to say?
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that supported the boys, the families, our friends, people from NMI. Thank you.
Alex Sablon, Executive Committee Member for the NMI Football Association.
Well, we're here to greet our men who are coming back, our U23 players that went to Shenzhen, China to compete in the AFC U23 championships. And we're really proud of their performance. While the score does not look like it, we really believe that their performance has grown significantly over the years, especially in this tournament where they were up against powerhouses like China, Australia, and so we're very proud of them.
Marcus Tovis, forward.
Time in China, it was my first time in China. It was I didn't expect that much, but it was a really good environment over there. I really enjoyed the fans too. I didn't expect people to know us at first, and then at the ending they really showed how can I say, they really know coming from the fighting spirit that we showed, they really proud of us. Yeah. good job to the team. Thank you for each of the boys to show up, represent the island, and just no matter the outcome, just remember the experience that you have gotten and the memories you have.
History is made of the assemblage of collected memories. Whether you are leaving the island to forge a history or arriving on island to continue a legacy, we say adios and or welcome to Saipan.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight will be partly cloudy with only a 20% chance of isolated showers, variable but mild winds, and low temperatures of around 79 degrees. The weekend should remain seasonably delightful with only a 25% chance of isolated showers, low winds, and temperatures ranging from 87 degrees in the day and down to around 79 degrees at night. The sun has set at 6:21 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow at 6:05 a.m., just in time for the CNMI Va'a team to dip their spoons into breakfast ramen before their race. Konnichiwa, Jason Tarkong. Consider wearing a hoodie. I hear it's chilly in Japan in autumn, and I will see you in the water or on the land. Well, that is news, good sports, and weather, CNMI, and I will see you all again on Monday. Have a great weekend.